Hey everyone, it's Willie O, and this is my second video. Today I wanted to show you guys a process video of me doing a Spawn character. I actually specifically drew this character, or drew this for the video to work on editing and have something to post because I do want to, start posting. I want to start posting like tutorial videos, and this is gonna sound selfish, but it's mainly for me because I find whenever I explain things, it just solidifies itself in my head, and then it's just a lot easier for me to remember. But I was like, might as well post those on YouTube and see how that works out. So just to talk a little more about what's going on here, I usually start off with like a whole lot of scribbles just to get the gesture of the pose down, and just to get the idea or a sense of the pose, because if I go in with a lot of structure, it kind of stiffens the pose. So knowing that, whenever I start off super loose, it just makes finding the pose a lot easier. It makes it feel a lot more lively, and then I can go ahead and add the anatomy. Sometimes I won't even add the like the structure part of it or try to like make shapes. I'll just add the anatomy on top of it, because adding the anatomy on top of the loose drawing it'll stiffen it up just a little bit, but it'll still be pretty dynamic instead of being that stiff pose when you just jump into a drawing and you go straight structure and all of that. It's just a lot more easy for me. And then after that, I'll like lighten it down a little bit. I like to keep the scribbles in. I'll lighten it down a little bit, add the extra details like the hands, the clothing, stuff like that. I definitely was using reference for the Spawn character, and I probably will never draw him again, because he was the most tedious fan art that I've ever done, with all the extra chains and the horns and stuff like that, or the spikes, not horns, and all of that. It was just like, all right, this is not getting fun anymore. Now it's just getting tedious. Throughout while I'm drawing as well, I usually break away and draw other things, because I find that when I stay too attached to one drawing and stay too focused on one drawing, then I kind of get like blinded in that drawing and I won't see most of the mistakes. So usually I'll just like switch over to something else just to take my eyes off of it. Maybe even stop drawing for that day, just to get a break and like get a new lens. Whenever I see the drawing again, I see all my mistakes, and it's like, all right, I know what to fix. So here I'm like, all right, I do want to draw Spider-Man. I do want to do another fan art for Spider-Man. So I was like, you know what, I'll keep it in here. Keep this one in the video just so people could see how I like break away from different drawings and try to work on different things. What I wish that this app would show is how many times I'm flipping the canvas over. I flip the canvas over probably every minute, every like 5 minutes. And flipping the canvas, what that does is basically it kind of like resets your brain, and it kind of like says, all right, I see a new way of how to look at this image, and now I can see, all right, this is lopsided, this is not even, stuff like that. Because I have a bias, like whenever I draw something, that the drawing leans to the left. It's like whenever I draw, like if I draw a character standing straight, like the whole pose will be leaning to the left, and I won't see it until I flip the canvas. I also have a habit of making the head way too small for the body, which I'm surprised didn't happen here, but I make the head way too small for the body. So like if I don't flip that canvas and I start getting into the details and then I flip the canvas, I'll see the head is too small, and I already got the details, and I'm like, shoot, man, now I gotta reset everything, and it just it's very tedious. It's never fun doing that. I'm also like very addicted to red ink. Whenever you see a drawing that I do, it's most likely gonna be in red ink, unless I darken it up to add the color. Unless I'm coloring it or shading it, like completely trying to finish it, I'm always gonna go with red ink, mainly because one, it just looks better. It just seems more lively, and two, I feel like it helps me see my mistakes a lot more, as well as flipping the canvas over and stop looking at the images. There's just a lot of things I do to see my mistakes, because I'm a perfectionist, and even now, like I'm still looking at this drawing and I'm like, oh man, I want to change the cave, I want to change this, I want to change that. But I guess, you're not perfect, I'm not perfect, so hey, it is what it is. But I still am a perfectionist, so whenever I use red ink, it definitely helps a lot, especially when I'm life drawing or like figure drawing, or like using YouTube, figure drawing things. Like I'm going for red ink 100% of the times. It just seems a lot more convenient for me. You just saw me draw like the figure on the right side. I always do that, just to stray away from the drawing. Like I feel like you'll probably see a lot more of that throughout this whole drawing, where I'm just like drawing random things on the side, just to keep my mind at ease. Because the more I like stay focused on one drawing, the more I kind of like tunnel vision, and that's never the thing that I want to do. If I get tunnel vision, then I'll probably give up on the drawing later on, because then I start like thinking too much, and that's one of my issues. But off that subject, I usually start off with flats, and I'm not a great painter. I'm not a good painter. I can't really paint if I'm being honest. So whenever I'm coloring, I think it's like a form of cell shading. One of my teachers taught me. It's a form of cell shading where you're basically just, rendering, not painting it, but rendering certain things to make it look like it's, real. And the colors here aren't the colors of the final product. Whenever I take these videos, and I drew this on Procreate, by the way, but whenever I take the video out and export it, it kind of like loses its quality. So if anyone knows how to like change that and like, get the right quality, please let me know by all means. So this video is coming to an end. Thank you to anyone who gave this video a chance, who watched it, or who comments or likes or even subscribe. Thank you so much. If you have any, fan art you want to see me do, or tutorials or anything like that, please comment below, let me know, and thank you.